mas. Masen, mashita. Masen deshita. Des. Dewa arimasen. Deshita. Dewa arimasen deshita. Nai desu. Katta desu. Kunakatta desu. If you've spent any more than, I don't know, like 10 seconds listening to a Japanese conversation, I'm sure you'll be very familiar with the sounds of des, mas, mashita, dewa arimasen. And if not, then you are about to learn a very powerful tool to add to your Japanese speaking toolbox. So a Japanese sentence ender is basically a word or a sound attached to the end of a sentence. It ends your sentence, sentence ender. And these express formality or give you kind of context of what the whole sentence was. For example, is it past tense? Is it present tense? Is it future tense? Is it negative? Is it positive? And so forth. So let's dig into the two most common Japanese sentence enders, des and mas. Here we go. Let's begin with mas. Now, mas goes on the end of a sentence following a verb, such as I am running, I am walking, I am driving. Anytime it ends with a verb describing an action, then you'd end the sentence with a form of mas. Now, mas has 4 different variations depending on the context of the sentence. So, number 1, mas. Now this is present or future tense. So for example, I am running now or I will go running. You would use mas. The next form, masen. Now masen is just the exact same as mas, present or future tense, but it's the negative counterpart. So for example, if you're saying I am running now or I will go running, masen is negative. So that just means I am not running or I will not go running. Masen. Number 3, past tense. Now this one is mashita. Mashita, as if it has already happened. I went running or I was running. Mashita. The 4th and final version, masen deshita. Now, what is masen deshita? That is the past tense, but the negative version. So the last one, mashita, as if I had gone running. Masen deshita is I did not go running. So it's a past tense, but just the negative version of it. Now, I'm going to show you this in full context, and you can see how mas works within a full sentence to describe what's going on. Now, for this lesson, don't worry about the grammar and the vocabulary leading up to the version of mas that's used in all these example sentences. Just focus on the mas, okay? So check this out. Example 1, this will be the future tense. Let's just say, today I will eat sushi. 今日は sushi wo tabemasu. Again, 今日は sushi wo tabemasu. Today I will eat sushi. Future tense. Now, take a deep breath and calm yourself into the present moment. I hear that's good for you. So let's learn how to say I am eating sushi in the present moment, okay? So, sushi wo tabetemasu. Sushi wo tabetemasu. Notice how mas is the exact same in both of them. It's just the verb is changing a little bit. So what happens if we change tabemasu to tabemasen? That just flips it to a negative. And what do you get in that context? 今日は sushi wo tabemasen. Today I will not eat sushi. Just like that. Now let's get back into the present moment and see how it changes I am eating sushi to I am not eating sushi. So we had sushi wo tabetemasu. That was our positive. Now if we change that tabetemasu to tabetemasen, that's negative. So we have sushi wo tabetemasen. That means I am not eating sushi. Just like that. Form 3, mashita, stating the past tense. So let's take a look at the full example. 今日は sushi wo tabemashita. 今日は sushi wo tabemashita. Today I ate sushi. The 4th and final version of mas, masen deshita. So let's use our same example. 今日は sushi wo tabemasen deshita. Again, 今日は sushi wo tabemasen deshita. Today I did not eat sushi. Past tense and negative. How about that? You ready to move on to des? Are you? Now let's look into des. Des also has the same 4 versions as mas. It has the present, the future, the past, and the negatives. But the main difference with des is that it's used to describe nouns, such as person, place, or thing, or adjectives, such as このコーヒーは熱いです. Now, another key difference with des is that it changes its 4 forms depending if you're talking about a noun or an adjective. So I'm going to provide you a set of examples with each form for nouns and adjectives, so you can see the difference between all of these. So let's look at form number 1. Now, des. That's it. That was simple. Des, des. All right? So des just simply states the present tense. So using a noun, it would be like, he is a student. Now, des, okay? And then number 2, form 2, DEWA ARIMASEN. DEWA ARIMASEN is the exact same as des, but it's just the negative counterpart. So that would be like, he is not a student. Form 3, DESHITA. DESHITA, meaning past tense, such as he was a student. Form 4, this one's a mouthful. Ready for this? DEWA ARIMASEN DESHITA. Once again, DEWA ARIMASEN DESHITA. That is the past tense negative counterpart. So he was not a student. Now let's take these 4 forms that you just learned using nouns and put them into full sentences so you can see how it works. So I'm going to use student as my noun, GAKUSEI. All right, and I'm going to do my best to get through all 4 of these real quick for you. So form 1, des, present tense. Robert-san wa gakusei desu. Robert is a student. Again, Robert-san wa gakusei desu. Des, presently. Form 2, the negative counterpart of form 1, des. And this one was DEWA ARIMASEN. So, let's look at this sentence. Robert-san wa gakusei dewa arimasen. Again, Robert-san wa gakusei dewa arimasen. Robert is not a student. Form 3, past tense, deshita. So, Robert-san wa gakusei deshita. What does that mean? Robert was a student, past tense. Again, Robert-san wa gakusei deshita. Robert was a student. Form 4, dewa arimasen deshita. That mouthful again. Robert-san wa gakusei dewa arimasen deshita. Robert was not a student. Okay, negative past tense. There is 4 forms of des using nouns. Now to describe the adjective versions of des, I decided to bring in a prop, a coffee cup, because we're going to be using the adjective hot, atsui. Alright, so let's take a look at the 4 forms of des using adjectives. Form 1, des. Yet again, it's the exact same as when using a noun. So to say this coffee is hot, presently, right? Kono kohi wa atsui desu. Hot, des. Presently, this coffee is hot. Form 2, the present tense, but the negative version. So to say this coffee is not presently hot. Alright, so let's take a look at this example. Kono kohi wa atsuku nai desu. Nai desu. Now you also notice some conjugation with the atsuku nai desu. Now don't worry about that, just realize nai desu was spoken. And you know what that means. Presently not whatever the rest of the sentence was. Form 3, KATTA desu. This is the past tense. So to say that coffee was hot. Okay, so kono kohi wa atsukatta desu. Meaning this coffee was hot. Katta desu. Form 4, my favorite, the past negative tense. So to say this coffee was not hot. Now listen to this. Have you ever seen The Lion King? Kono kohi wa atsuku nakatta desu. Right? Atsuku nakatta desu. Kono kohi wa atsuku nakatta desu. Sounds like Hakuna Matata. Alright, so that is form 4. This coffee was not hot. Past tense, negative. Can I drink this already? Yeah, I know what you're thinking. That was a lot this lesson, but don't worry about it. You know why? Because you only need to remember mas and des, the versions of the ways the sentence ends. So you have the 4 versions of mas, and then kind of the 8 for des because there's nouns and adjectives. So just focus on the end of the sentence. Forget about all the stuff before it. No conjugations for you this time. Alright, so that's much easier. And honestly, if you can just remember the sentence enders, you can be able to listen to anything someone's speaking to you and know, oh, he's talking present, past, it's already happened, it's going to happen, it's a negative thing, it's a positive thing. That's powerful in itself. So just focus on that this week. And a bonus thing for you to do is, I'm going to give you another chance to watch a Japanese cartoon, your favorite one. If you don't have a favorite, I recommend Lupin, or Totoro is pretty good. So watch one of those movies or whatever you like and just listen to the conversations. So that is your challenge this week. Watch a cartoon. That's not so bad. Arigatou gozaimasu for watching this week's lesson yet again and unraveling the crazy mystery of the Japanese language 1 week at a time. I'll see you next week.